Good morning, everybody. I know it's been some time. I've been having internet problems. Um, Eventually, I'll play catch up. I have some videos made, just haven't been able to get them published. But what you're looking at is a friend of mine the last 5 days came out of nowhere as I was working on my path here. Gotten quite a bit done. But I was walking down the path and heard something land behind me or fall behind me. And there he was, and he's been watching me work in the yard the last 5 days. I do give him breakfast. And since he's been here almost a week, I've named him Migo, short for Amigo, because he certainly has been somewhat friendly, has eaten out of my hand. Won't let me touch him, though. But I'm enjoying his company. It's the little things that make me smile, and the surprises that nature offers every day. I'm not sure what his reason for being here. I've had pigeons land in the past and stay a couple days, but most of them had bands, and I know they probably were homing pigeons and needed a rest, which often happens with homing pigeons, as I've been told. The first one that landed, I looked up the band number. There's some kind of registry you could look up online, and was able to contact the owner, and he was from New York, upstate New York, and told me that he probably just needed a rest for a few days and he would be on his way, and that's exactly what happened. So since then, I've had several other pigeons come. All of them have had bands. However, this one doesn't. So I don't know if he's going to stay longer, he or she, but I'll enjoy its company while it's here. I have been busy working on this walkway. A friend of mine who helped me with installing water lines to the back of my yard was really big on gravel. And I had a cobblestone pathway at one time down here that I had made from one of those molds that you buy at a hardware store, filled with concrete, cement, whatever you call it. And you make your own path. And I really liked it. It was a rustic path. But he was concerned about me tripping because of my arthritic knees. So I agreed to the gravel, but I have hated it ever since. It's not conducive to walking barefoot. My feet aren't tough enough to handle the gravel, and I don't feel like trying to toughen them up. So I gathered a lot of flat stones around my house, and I did start that a couple years ago and kind of fizzled out when I couldn't find any more stones, but I'm determined this time. And I found quite a few around my house, surprisingly. I had an old garden bed that's overgrown in the upper corner of my property. Actually, it was a property marker, I believe, of the border. And a pine tree since has grown over it. So I took that apart. There was a lot of, I don't know if you call it flagstone or shale or whatever. And I took those stones and have placed them in the gravel. It's perfectly imperfect. I do not use a level. I just go by my eye. And it's working for me. I do have a few more places to go. Replace those, or reset, I should say, those old stones. And work on the border again. I'm going to change that a little bit. and then the bottom of my steps will be with pavers. I have no idea. I had pavers here to begin with before the gravel came and the water line came. And I determined I was missing 12 pavers, like these, which I installed, maybe 15 years ago, 10 years, I don't know. Time kind of just all coagulates. But anyway, they were in there for a pretty long time. So I managed to find 5 of the pavers in the back near my shed. And I brought them and I added them to the walkway. But I needed more for the front of the steps. So I went to the store that I'd gotten them from and couldn't find the exact same ones like these. So I saw these solid pavers, which are a tan, kind of blend in with what my other pavers used to look like, but over time they fade. So I only brought 4 of them because I wasn't sure how they were going to look, and if they didn't work out, I was sure I could find use for 4 pavers. But I do like them. So when I started digging up the gravel to place them, to my surprise, I found some old pavers underneath. I found 4 more. So I think I've located 10 of what I thought were 12 pavers that I was missing. So I'm using those. I have 2 of the old pavers left, which I'm going to put in the next row and put one of the new ones in the middle. Then I'll end up only having to get probably about 3 or 4 more to finish this area right now. I have a rubber mat down over the gravel. Another reason I don't like the gravel is it comes in on your shoes and into my kitchen. It scratches up the tile floor a little bit, but I just don't like the gravel. So I'm kind of feeling pretty accomplished. The last 3 days I've been working on this, and I use that little hand truck to transport the blocks. I have to go in the back and get 1 more of the old paver so I can finish a 3rd row, and then I'll be making a trip to the hardware store again to pick up a couple more of these. But I do feel accomplished. I had a good day yesterday. I thought it was going to rain all day, but decided to make tomato sauce from the batch of tomatoes I was able to pick from the remaining plants that were under the greenhouse, and that the deer did not get into. So I actually was able to make 4 quarts of tomato sauce, which I'm sure I'll enjoy in the next couple months. And then in between the sauce simmering and checking on it and stirring it, I would come out and work on the pavers. And the rain seemed to hold off on me. I was really concerned because I had all this gravel dug up, and I thought, oh, if we get a downpour, it's just going to wash away. But Mother Nature cooperated with me and allowed me to get a lot done. So I was pleased with that. But I will show you the progress I make as I finish this step landing, and complete it. But it's a cloudy day today, but I do hear that the sun's supposed to come out. We've had several rainy days. The next project is to paint that post. You get used to things, but videoing videoing with the camera has helped me realize some of the imperfections that I could make a little bit better. That's one of them. And I think I'm going to change the solar lights on that too, as they're those bright LED instead of the soft LED, which I prefer. But it's a quiet morning. The birds aren't singing. I thought the sun was trying to come out, but now it just looks like we're going to get a little more rain. But I'm going to try to finish that one row of pavers today in between. And there's Tipsy cleaning herself. Tipsy, what are you doing? She usually talks to me when I call her, but I guess she's busy. They just finished eating. I put out some seed for Amigo up there, but he seems he's not ready to start flying. I usually put the seed on top of my car so that he's not in danger of the cats finding him when he's unaware that they're around while eating. So hopefully he'll come down and have his breakfast. But I do hope he stays a while. I enjoy seeing him. And he often flies back and forth from my car to the garage roof or my home roof. I don't know where he goes at night. I thought of making a shelter for him on the side of the garage or on the side of a tree. And I still might do that. Probably if I do, he'll decide to leave me. But my hunch is that there's a bridge that goes over the stream by my house. And I know maybe he's going under there for shelter. Though yesterday when it was pouring down rain, he just stayed on top of my car. I put a bucket up there thinking he might go in for the shelter of it, but he didn't. So I guess, you know, if he thinks he can deal with the heavy rain, he'll just stay out in it. Who knows? But well, so that's about it for this morning. I hope you all have a great day. And hopefully I'll get those other videos. Do you upload them or download them? I don't know. I get confused with that. And get them published soon. Have a great day. Enjoy and embrace.